Right, well, I'm joined in the delights of Stroud by Rocky Shades. Good afternoon, Mr. Shades.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Good night. Yeah, okay, that's a quick interview. That's very good. We'll see you all later. Right, of course, yeah, you all know from Wrathchild days, really, weren't they? Most of them. But they'll soon know you from other days.
Many days. We've had many days, many shades, many shades of shades.
Many shades of shades and of all sort of rocky stuff. Yeah, because of course these days you're having a Wildside Riot.
Yeah, brand new band, brand new feel, and although we're feeding from the past, we're living for the now.
That sounds like a song title.
Yeah, I could work on that.
You could
work on that.
You really should work on it, shouldn't you? But because I did, I'm actually on a radio station one now. I did actually have you on Stroud FM. I think it was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think we did something. Because of course, yeah. Because I think I came across you at Z Rock. You did.
That's right. Yeah.
We don't need to go into the specifics about that one, but
yes, we were on at stupid o'clock to minus numbered people, but it was good. It was an experience.
Everyone was playing to minus number of people. I really shouldn't worry about it. It wasn't. Don't take it personally.
Oh, I didn't take it personally. It was experience.
It was an experience.
I got to meet some good bands that day.
You did, yeah. And of course that was because that was kind of in the early days. That was very early Wildside Riot, wasn't it?
Yeah, we just got the demos together for the first album. We hadn't released the first album at that point, and I suppose very infantile part of our live show, part of our live sound. We've refined it a lot since, and it's a lot sharper now.
So it's all good stuff.
It is all good stuff. We're now working on demos for the second album and refining that in the way that we're refining the first stuff. Let's hope it doesn't take it as long. It took a year to refine the first lot.
That's quite quick these days.
Not by our standards. We've got a very fast turnover. A year's far too long.
I know, but you're thinking of the good old days.
Well, yeah, the 3.5 week turnover between albums, that was the good old
What do you mean
days.
you can't do 4 albums in a year? Well, that was wrong with you. Yeah. But of course, yeah, tour dates, because you're kind of quite busy on the touring thing. I mean, I know we've actually spoken about this, and it is, should we say, it's not the easiest thing to do these days, is it? Just kind of even booking and getting people who book them and that kind of thing. It's just...
The most difficult thing with bands these days is everybody seems to want to come and see cover bands. Now, I did actually have a Van Halen cover band, which is one of my favourite bands of all time.
Actually, do you know Sammy Hagar was in one of those?
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh yeah, I'm a bad person.
I liked Sammy Hagar, and I liked Montrose, and I liked Chickenfoot, but unfortunately I did not like Van Hagar.
No, I love Sammy Hagar and all the stuff he did.
Now, don't get me wrong, some of the tracks were really, really good.
Yeah, it wasn't Van Halen.
But it wasn't Van Halen.
No.
You take the David Roth out of Van Halen, and there is no Van Halen.
No.
Look what happened when you took me out of Wrathchild.
There was still no Van Halen.
There's still no Van Halen.
I know. So, yeah, no, I don't know how we got onto that one, but...
I didn't go into that.
Cover bands, that was
cover
it.
band.
Yeah, of course, it's a scourge of music these days, well, in my mind.
It's easy money to be made for the bands, and it's easy money to be made by the venues, because it's so easy to sell a cover band
There's
than
no
an original
risk,
band.
is it? There's no risk.
No. If you can't get the Rolling Stones for like 300 quid, why not get like a counterfeit Rolling Stones? If you can't book Guns N' Roses without actually, struggling to get the band back together again and paying several million to get them over here, why not have the next best thing?
That's true. Mind you, I think we should try a Coldplay cover band, because the chances are... No! But the chances are they're going to be a hell of a lot better than the originals.
Who's going to know the difference?
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm feeling physically sick now. I'm feeling like vomiting. I just said Coldplay, I really shouldn't do that. But yeah, anyway, as we were saying, because I put on stuff and do it, and it's just a sort of getting people out there, even when you get somebody to book a gig. It's kind of not like it was.
No, you have to take a completely different stance when you're booking an original band. Even if you've got a name in the band, you still have to keep your prices lower. Well, you have to put on some sort of a spectacle, some sort of a bill to even remotely get people to leave their armchairs.
I know it is. It is kind of now. It's not just the music. People have a tendency to watch it on YouTube and think, "Oh, I've seen that. That's like being live." That's right. That's the problem. There's always.
Unfortunately, the internet was a good thing in one respect. It sort of brought everybody closer together and made sure that everybody that, you know, was well out of reach of somebody halfway across the globe is now within like touching distance.
Yeah, but the trouble is, there was a reason I had them on the other side of the globe. I don't want them in touching distance, that's the thing.
But it's also detrimental to the fact that if you have a bad gig, if something bad happens, it's on the internet straight away.
Yeah.
There's no leeway, there's no period of grace where you can like edit something. If it's been filmed, it's out there.
It's there. But I mean, even if it's not a bad gig or something went wrong, you get really crap videos on there, and it just looks bad.
Some phones just don't do the trick. You know, they might be the dog's bollocks for phones, but they basically don't film a show. You know, and the sound quality is usually
well, it is, and the kind of lighting's wrong. It makes it look like it's played in somebody's bedroom and all this kind of stuff.
Well, bedroom, it just sounds like it's played in a phone box. You know, an entire gig in a phone box.
I just think you have a promotional idea.
That's a really good promotion. Let's do the promotional tour from the phone box.
From the phone box, yeah.
Book a lot of bands. You can have like your favourite band in a phone box.
Yeah.
Let's try and book Earth, Wind and Fire.
Electric Light Orchestra. Let's hope there's not too much wind. Anyway, that's something else entirely. But nevertheless, it is a pain in the arse sometimes doing that, or getting the gigs. Not a pain in the arse. It's just damn hard work.
It's really hard work. It's not as easy as it used to be. You have to, like I say, keep your prices down. You have to put like a bit of a spectacle on.
That's the thing.
You know, and people just don't take risks anymore.
No, they don't.
You know, there's too much money involved and too much money to be lost, so people would rather not take the chance, get something safe.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, fair enough, they are running businesses, but it's, but yeah, it is. But I'm going to say, I mean, you are still gigging quite a lot, though, even though it is a.
Still got quite a few friends in the business that still book us, and word travels. Once you do a good gig, word travels. True. So. You know, if you play to, Bill, Joe and his dog one week, you'll be playing to the rest of his family and the rest of his family's friends the next. You know, it's just the way it works.
And the Kennel Club.
And the Kennel Club.
Don't forget the Kennel Club.
Always invite the Kennel Club.
You should do, really, yeah.
Trigger Sherlock Shades would never forgive us if we didn't invite the Kennel Club.
Trigger Sherlock.
That's my dog.
Yeah, because I think Dutch did actually mention that one.
Dutch loves Trigger.
Does he?
Yeah, Dutch actually connected with Trigger.
I can actually see how Dutch would connect with
Trigger even gave Dutch his chair. He's reclining leather chair.
Did he?
Oh yes. Doesn't give me his chair, but he gave it to Dutch.
Good Lord. Well, there's some kind of connection there. We've got some kind of wedding bells on the horizon.
I do hope not.
Yeah. Anyway, right. My mind's boggling. But yes, of course, going back because you mentioned second album.
Yeah.
Because when the first one wasn't. I say it was. I know you said that you took a year to refine it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't actually that long ago. It's out there, wasn't it?
No, we released it February of this year, which is why we've got the leeway to work on the second album. There's no rush to get the second album out. There's no rules that say the second album must be out by Christmas or the second album must be out at the start of 2014. When it's ready, it'll be out. At the moment, we're still cherry picking our tracks. And hopefully we'll get the right combination of tracks to do the job. We've got far too many tracks to put on the album, and I don't want to make it too long.
No, but that was always the way you used to do it, when they're 20 odd tracks for kind of 11 on an album, or in some people's cases.
Yeah, 12 tops, providing they're of a certain length. If you're talking Yes or Genesis or ELP, 3 tracks will do it.
I prefer not to talk about Yes, if you don't mind.
I actually own the Triple Live Yes album on vinyl. That's so rare. And I also own the Triple Live ELP album, which is as rare. Fold sleeves. I did actually own Tormato once. Okay.
Because I thought this was when I was at school, and I thought I really should try to listen. Or I'd listen to it. I thought I really should make an effort and like. I mean, I just couldn't. It's the voice. It's that voice.
And I've got a Hawkwind album that opens into a big shield.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's handy for marauding Vikings, isn't it?
It's handy for marauding Vikings, but not so good for rockers.
It's not. No.
I've not really found a use for this shield, but it does open into a shield.
Is
Quite
it?
impressed. But it's not as impressive Stone Sour's 2 latest CDs that form a house. That's really, I'm really into that. That's quite clever.
That's quite good, isn't it?
You have to buy both CDs because it forms a house.
That's not bad.
Different.
That's a new smart on location
Very different.
thing.
I think the House of Golden Bones, something like that, I think it's called.
I must admit, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Blimey, I do like the idea. That's a kind of renovation project.
It's different though. It's no better than just coming away from McDonald's with a Happy Meal box, but it's a novelty in itself.
The thing with a Happy Meal box is you're happy until you eat it.
And you get the plastic toy.
Yeah, that's it.
Now you can either collect the plastic toys like sad people generally do, or give them to your dog.
Who? Share them with Dutch.
Who will chew them to bits and love you forever.
Yeah, right. I think we digressed a bit there somehow.
Always.
Do we? I like a bit of digression.
I was born on a digression.
Were you? Well, I suppose it's better than a wandering star.
No, actually, I was born dead. So my mother said.
Did she?
Yeah, I was revived, and I think that's why I've had this sort of like permanent death wish.
Ah, that would explain the hat.
That would explain why I've got so many friends.
Yeah, it might be, yes. Anyway, I think we were talking about albums, weren't we?
We were talking about albums. Second album, I remember. I was there.
Very good, well done. Yeah, so we're kind of looking probably next year.
Yeah, we're looking for early next year for releasing, but if it's not ready, then we're not going to rush it.
No, it's no point.
It's got to be right. Well, we said the first one had to be right, but this one's got to be righter.
Can we write down?
More writer.
He's bring out a new album and reinventing the English language.
It's got to be righter than the one that was right.
Yeah, it's got to be more right than that one. Yeah. So that's of course something. But you are, I mean, gig-wise, you have got because you've got some kind of happening in the not too distant future, haven't you?
We're putting together a tour in November. We've been doing the odd 1 or 2 gigs just to keep our hand in doing gigs. We've got Hard Rock Hell again at the end of the year, Prestatting, which we're very pleased about because we were told that nobody gets Hard Rock Hell 2 years running, and we have. So somebody likes us somewhere.
Actually, it's a good thing. Hard Rock Hell is a thoroughly entertaining thing.
Oh, it's a great scene. And that's the first one I actually went to, as a performer and a puncher at the same time last year, and I had a fantastic time. Yeah, it is. I mean, it was quite a good concept, kind of indoors later on in the year. Yeah, there was a load of bands on that were friends of mine, and we got on really well with as well. So there was no fighting.
Right, no, I think it's a bit more relaxed, that one, isn't it? It's not a. But yeah, so there's that, and then of course there's a load of other gigs as well you're doing, which they can all find out on your all over the internet. Yeah. On all your Facebook and. Apparently, people have been putting it on Reverb Nation. I can't even get onto my own Reverb Nation page. So if anybody tells me how to get onto my own Reverb Nation page, I should repost them up there. So I don't do technical. I'm not very good at technical. So, if you see Wildside Riot have got a gig, could you let Rocky know so make sure he's there on the night if you don't mind? It would be useful. Well, yeah, it would be useful. It would be handy, wouldn't it? But yeah, I was going to say that because, as I say, I mean, we will kind of mention Wrathchild for a bit because obviously that was. Okay. We have to. You have to. I have to. Hang on. You see, I haven't got any choice in the matter. But yeah, because of course that was really your thing, going back a long time with all the glam stuff. Which, because of course, certain well-known bands kind of even you were there before them, even though they kind of got all the credit for it in a way. Yeah, a lot of now bands have actually admitted to being influenced by Wrathchild and the way we did things. Pete London of Crash Diet, he's quite an avid Wrathchild fan, and I met him recently at a Mike Monroe gig, and he rushed up to get his camera and get us on film together, showing off his Wrathchild tattoo. Oh right, so that's quite impressive. Now I was in the band and I haven't got a Wrathchild tattoo. No, you don't need one. You're in them. you kind of knew you were in them, but then of course there was certain. American. Well, I have got a good tattoo of a crucified angel in flames. Have you? Yeah. Are we going to see it? Oh, you can show you that in a bit. Okay. Is this going to involve you waving your ass at the camera? No, it is actually on my back. It's a full back piece. Is it? Yeah. Okay, we will. Well, I'll show you that a bit later. We will see that one at the end. That's the X-rated side of the interview. But of course, there was certain kind of well-known, got rather huge, some motley bunch of people and all those sorts of people. Yeah, but they won't admit to any of that. They won't admit to it. We actually predated Motley Crue by about 3 years.
and for some obscure reason they took it upon themselves to run us down any chance they could get. This is us, as in like the Wrathchild guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is us, as in like them, as opposed to us, which is my Wildside Riot now.
Yeah.
For those that got confused already.
Because
there's been quite a few other Ussies in between as well, but let's not confuse.
That's actually, we should point out, that's just to clear things up for us too, so we know what the hell's going on.
I've been in quite a few Ussies actually, so let's just go back to the then that was us.
Okay.
Not the now that's us.
Okay.
You with me?
Then we'll be playing Pink Floyd's Us and Them in a minute. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Anyway.
Eric Morecambe used to do.
Yeah, quite. And I know just how he felt. But yeah, that was because of course that was all that, because you were. I mean, but I think when you started this band now, because all the guys in the band were great kind of fans of Wrathchild, weren't they? I think.
Yeah.
They were kind of all into that thing. So they not that I'm saying you're old, but they're all kind of a fair bit younger than you, aren't they?
Oh yes, we've got a varying array of age ranges, but I am actually the godfather. I'm the godfather of glam metal. The rest of the guys sort of like range from sort of 40 something backwards to about 20 something.
20 something.
I don't even remember 20 something. That's far too long ago. What are you becoming, an archaeologist?
20 something. No, I can go back a couple of years with my memory. That's fine. I can do that quite easily.
20 something. That was my waist size.
Was it? Good
No, 28. I was a 28 waist, I remember.
Do you remember when you had that waist?
Yeah. It's only 32 now.
This conversation is going very girly, very, very quickly. But
in these shoes?
Yes, I know, it's disturbing, isn't it? But yes, anyway, yes, and talking of festivals, because you're also, I know you're not playing there, in fact we were talking about just a minute ago, you'll be at the
Rock and Blues?
Yeah, the Rock and Blues, which is
I've been invited to the Rock and Blues Festival.
in Derbyshire, of course.
Yeah.
Which is a very fine thing.
All the nights, not just one night. I'll be there like all the night, so...
So go and say hello.
Come
if
and
you
say
go
hello. I'll be wearing the hat. Just come say hello.
Yeah, it will be wearing a hat, and yeah, and because because you did that last year, didn't you?
We did, yeah. We was third down on the bill, which I thought was quite good for a first-time band.
Well, it is, considering you went, yeah.
We hadn't even released the album at that point, but we went down really, really well.
Yeah, no, that is kind of quite a good thing for us.
And apparently we are playing next year's.
So
I'm told.
Blimey, that's an early booking for you.
An early booking, yeah.
That's like an organised promoter, isn't it?
That is like an organised promoter.
That's.
We're not used to organised promotion.
No, I don't know. It's got no place in rock and roll. I don't know what's going on.
But the latest news off the press is apparently I'm going to be playing Evesham, which is my old stomping ground.
Evesham?
Yeah, that's where Wrathchild sort of was
born.
Was
that their, was it?
Oh yeah, that's where they all live. We're actually playing a venue that's at the end of one of their roads.
What's that one called?
The
Not the road, the venue.
The pub is called the Swan, I think. The Swan.
How is it? In fact, talking of roads, I'm going to have to mention this. As you know, I went to see this a very dear friend of yours, I know, and a chap we all love, Crusher, yesterday.
Oh, Cruncher, yeah.
And we actually went to the Upton Blues Festival, and where we parked, we actually went down a road called Minge Lane.
No!
Yes, it was Minge Lane.
Brilliant.
It was absolutely brilliant.
That is so well titled.
It is. It's impressive stuff. And as somebody said to me, it was bound to be a hairy journey there.
Well, I'm supposed to be seeing Crusher tomorrow at the Upton Blues Festival Part 2.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah.
So hopefully, if he does go,
You can go down Minge Lane.
Damn party.
Yeah, you can go down Minge Lane.
Go down Minge Lane.
Yeah.
Minge Lane via Memory Lane.
Minge Lane by memory lane. Thing with Minge Lane, just
in this heat.
Yeah, you just need to be careful when you go into that road, exactly which way you come out.
No pun intended there, folks.
I don't know what this could go on. There's no censorship. What the hell? But yeah, of course that's another fine festival. That's obviously more of a bluesy thing. But yeah, so I mean, as far as I don't like to mention the dirty word. I mean, I mentioned Coldplay. That's obviously a thoroughly evil word. But the music business.
Oh, the biz.
That thing, which is
the biz sucks.
It does, and now it's like a million times worse than it ever was.
Oh, kind of, really? Yeah.
Well, it's bad enough years ago, but now there's absolutely no music involved in it.
Back in the day, the music biz was run by some very, very evil people that was very vindictive, and they sort of...
Are you talking about Jet Records?
I'm not talking about any records, I'm just talking about people in general. They just had this like nasty streak and they try and sort of rip your insides out and sell it to your grandma, that sort of thing. And I thought, after all this time, surely the business has evolved, but no, it's got worse. Yeah. It's now run by the grandmothers who had the stuff sold to them.
It's kind of, well, it has in a way, but they haven't got the humour about them. They're just kind of arseholes now. They haven't got the kind of, at least the original.
They take their handful of favourites and they champion them to hilt, and everybody else is just considered the enemy.
That's true. I mean, I've had the same. I mean, even guys like Dave Menichetti, the YNT guy, and all these guys had exactly the same thing. Sort of, grunge turned up, and nobody wanted to know all this kind of stuff. But so I was going to say, because with your material now, I mean, is that kind of something you're releasing yourself?
Well, no, we haven't got a record company, but we're using them at the moment as a distribution label. Or are they using us as a distribution label? Never could work out the difference.
Somebody's distributing something somehow.
No, basically, we paid for all the recording, we paid for all the clever stuff, and to actually market it, manufacture it, get it out there, takes a lot more money. And we use the distribution label, which is Cargo Livewire, and they're doing a grand job. It's on sale through Amazon and various other outlets, so we see it being sold, therefore it's a great job, as opposed to us trying to sell it at gigs.
That's the thing, and the thing is, because you did all the recording, you're not beholden to any record company that's paid
exactly.
for it.
We own everything.
Yeah, so...
bear in mind where I've just been through the last 20 plus years or 30 plus years with legal wrangles and who owns what and who did what and who's manager of what. You know, we needed to own everything.
It's the only way to do it. And the thing is, especially with it, the way it is all now, all the legal stuff, they know all the ins and outs, and you just end up screwed. Well, everyone did, yeah. Okay, screwed. This is just a totally random question. Snails.
Right.
Escargot. Tastes nice with garlic. But if you were to have a magic one, snail that is, not garlic, what would you call him?
Betty.
Betty.
I call him Betty.
You call him Betty, and he's going to have some kind of identity crisis, isn't he?
It would definitely have an identity crisis as a snail.
He would.
Because if it's magic, it wouldn't bother him.
That is very true. No, it wouldn't magic.
And he could always magic another name.
He could. We're just randomly introducing the word magic into sentences now, aren't we? And actually, one thing I will have to, because it should. I mean, it's about time you did think about this. People keep telling me I should have thought about it years ago. What are you going to be when you grow up?
Do you know what I wanted to be when I grew up?
What?
Well, I haven't grown up yet.
I was going to say.
I wanted to be a painter and decorator.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, it's still time.
No, because I've got no DIY skills whatsoever. But I actually remember going into my careers teacher and said, what do you want to be when you grow up? I says, I want to be a painter and decorator. He said, but you're far too intelligent for that. And I said, that's very demeaning. You can't say that about painting and decorating. How dare you, even back then I was a rebel, how dare you say that all painters and decorators aren't very intelligent? And he was, that's not what I was saying at all. I said, no, really it was. And straight away I realised what I created. I thought, this is going to haunt us for life now, isn't it? This persona is going to haunt us for life. He's going to do this a lot.
So, painters and decorators, he's standing up for you!
Standing up for you, so don't overcharge me when I book you, okay?
And buy the album!
Buy the album, no second take.
Makes sense.
Livewire, Cargo.
Cargo, yeah, Livewire.
Paint your own cover.
Yeah, DIY job. Right, because as such an instrument, it's nothing to do with music. Because of course, because your day job is you do some interesting delivery service, don't you? No, it's not babies.
I'm a postman.
Yeah, that's it. He delivers things, and he does deliver them quite promptly. We shouldn't tie him with the same brush as the Royal Mail sometimes get.
No, I'm a very good postman.
He's a very good postman, and
I'm also a very fit postman.
Yeah.
And being a postman has kept me looking fit to do what I'm doing now.
That's true. It does actually help. Yeah. It would.
Most people think I've got some sort of hidden magic book at home. Or a painting that's growing out in the loft.
No, you have got a magic snail though.
Very, very fit.
And having a magic snail.
Called Betty.
Yeah. Don't forget Betty. But we should. Well, we shouldn't mention, but we will do because we like a bit of adventure. You did have a, shall we say, a not too friendly experience while doing your postmaning.
I was held up by gunpoint.
Yeah, that's not very friendly at all.
No, and the worst thing about being held up by gunpoint is nobody knows how they're going to react until you actually react.
That's true.
And this guy looked like a stereotypical villain from a Spider-Man film, all in black ski mask, the works. And I almost laughed when I saw him because he looked so comical. But he told me to get on the floor. And I don't know who was working my controls that day, but I actually said no. And I'm thinking, what? That's not the answer we were looking for. No, get on the floor. Really get on the floor. This guy's got a real gun. I can tell it's a real gun because the safety catch is pointing in a funny position.
Oh,
and, you know, replica guns don't have safety catches that move. They have die-cast safety catches. So it was either a real gun or one of those sort of replica guns where they take the insides out.
Oh, yeah.
Which would have a workable safety catch. I wasn't going to stay around to find out.
So... yeah, no, it's probably best you didn't. And it was quite a kind of, it was quite a lengthy thing. We're not talking days, but it wasn't a quick 30-second job.
It was not a quick job, no. This thing went on for a good 20 plus minutes as he tried to get me down on my knees. He said, kneel down. I thought, I don't think so. I don't kneel down for anybody. You know, I'm no hard case, but nobody gets me down on my knees. And he then tried to... He ripped my gold chain off my neck, which really pissed me off.
That's what it was after, basically, wasn't it?
Yeah. He was after jewellery, watch, phone, then he'd start on anything that the post had. Now, unbeknownst to him, because he obviously hasn't got a crystal ball or a magic snail called Betty.
That's unfortunate.
That's the crux of the matter. He didn't realise I had 2 iPhones that I was delivering that day. Now, they were like 600 quid a piece at the time.
They are silly.
You know, he basically got away with like minor stuff while I got away with like the good stuff. Because I just ran off. I basically thought I've had enough of this. You know, he's got my chain, but he's not getting anything else. I just ran off.
No, I tend to when people point guns at me. Well, not that's actually happened, but if they did, I'm quite sure I wouldn't like to hang around.
It's quite frightening, but where it affects you is after the event. Like this post-traumatic stress thing that everybody tries to introduce into the the plan. You know, it does exist, and I kept saying for days afterwards that I hadn't got it, but I was speaking at like 5,000 million miles an hour, and even though I do that on a regular basis, it was even faster than normal, and people said like something's definitely up, and they sent me for counselling, not to get back to work because I was afraid of going back to work, but they sent me for counselling for anti-homicidal tendencies. I wanted to find him and snap his neck, which is not normal apparently.
Is it not?
No. So they're all male in their infinite wisdom, sent me for this counselling and gave me up as a hopeless case and said, oh well, if he gets attacked again, he'll probably do something stupid. We'll get rid of him then. Or they'll get rid of him for us.
Yeah, so that was, so that's a bit of excitement really. Not what you want, but...
200 yards from where I lived.
I know.
At 5 to 11 in the morning.
I know, that's the kind of scary bit, because like that, well, we know that.
See, people think these things happen late at night, but they don't happen any time of day.
No, I know, you do, I mean, we all know it happens, it's just kind of, when it happens, you think, how did nobody notice, sort of thing. Well, people do, and just...
Don't do this at home, kids.
No, no, don't. Wait till night time, for God's sake, it makes far more sense. Nobody will see you doing it. Wait till the night time. And try not to make the ski mask look like the Lady Loves Milk Tray advert, for God's sake.
See, there was another thing. I'm a very big fan of Sherlock Holmes. So I've been raised on the way that Sherlock Holmes deduces things. So while this guy was chatting to me, I kept him talking long enough to deduce that through the holes in the ski mask, I knew what colour his skin was, which for, you know, anti-racial situations we won't mention around about now, but he was actually Eastern European, so it doesn't matter. And I kept him talking, so I knew he wasn't a local lad. And
no, it's not close to the Midlands accent, is it, that one?
No, so I basically ascertained that, you know, this guy obviously came in from somewhere just to perpetrate this crime and then go out again.
Yeah. But you never found him, and the police did kind of find him, didn't they? But he got sweet FA for his troubles. Yeah,
usual thing. Yeah. Slap on the wrist. They only found a CS gas spray canister at the scene of the crime with his fingerprints on it. Couldn't find the gun, so they just had him for having this minor dangerous weapon.
So that was it really. So
but if ever you've seen what sort of damage a CS gas spray can do, I once saw somebody that just lightly sprayed one on the top deck of a bus, and they literally had to clear the bus. That's how fast working they are.
That's quite impressive, isn't it?
That's quite impressive, yeah.
So we had that and a gun.
And he had that and a gun. So why bother with the gun? One spray in my face with that and he could have taken what he wanted.
Yeah, you always need a backup plan.
I think it was a dick thing, you know. I definitely think the gun was a substitute for,
Could be.
you know, not having a decent package.
Could well be. Maybe that was to get on your knees thing. No, I think we're going to totally different subjects here now. I don't know where we're broadcasting this, but it's all entertaining. Right, I think just before we go, we better get back onto some music really, because we wouldn't like that to be the last thing that people remember.
And my driver's waiting in the car.
She is waiting very patiently in the car. She's so we best do this before you get into
And it's a long walk home. I'm fit, but I'm not that fit.
It is a long walk. It is quite a long walk home. Yeah. We should mention all your Facebooks and websites and everything else under the sun that you've.
Coming in. The water's great.
Yeah, you're all on Facebook and all the rest, and then contact you online and just do search.
www.wildsideriot.com. That's the main site. You can find us on Facebook. You can find me, Rocky Shades, on Facebook. There is only one. In fact, you'll find 3, but they're all me. 2 are tribute sites by other people, and 1 is my own.
So yes,
how cool is that?
It is good, isn't it? And he's quite sociable, and he'll talk to nearly everyone.
Everyone.
Unless he got bits.
And I always answer. I always answer people when they speak to me, in no matter what language, because having a girlfriend that can speak multiple languages, we can usually talk to most European people.
Yeah. Even Geordie sometimes.
She's not very good. Well, no, we still haven't quite got to grips with Geordie yet, but...
Who has?
we're working on the Mandarin now.
Mandarin? I generally prefer Satsumas myself. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's more Christmas time, isn't it? Anyway, right, I think on that note, Rocky, it's been an absolute pleasure as normal.
It's been a gas. It's been great. I've had a lovely day today. I've been down Gloucester Docks.
He has. He's been at the food festival.
Food festival. I thought I'd mention that because Gloucester's a lovely place to come to. Now, I'm not being paid by Gloucester to do this, but it's a lovely place to come to. Coming down to Gloucester Docks, and I forgot the name of the pub we were in because that was several beers earlier. But I'm sure it's a good food festival at some point. Good food festival.
Yeah. So yeah.
But don't eat honey with chili. That doesn't work.
No, the honey. You just don't need the honey. Just forget the honey.
No, I love honey.
The chilies.
Honey works, but just don't do the chili with the honey. That doesn't work at all.
No, it doesn't really at all. You have to think of strange things. But anyway, yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, and no doubt we'll be seeing you on the road.
I'm here to stay, unfortunately.
Yeah?
I'm here to stay, I'm indestructible, and I just refuse to die. If this comes as a major shock to people...
I'm sorry. It's just something good.
Well, I'm never sorry. I'm never sorry about anything.
No.
Yeah, I'm never sorry about anything I do.
It's probably best. And of course, you need to show us your tattoo before you go.
Oh yeah, okay.
This is a very important thing.
Hang on,
we're hanging.
I have to take this off for that.
La 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 la.
There we go. You ready for this?
Okay.
We got that on film?
Okay.
Check that out.
Well tattooed.
Well tattooed. That was done by a mate of mine who works for Redditch Tattoos, and they're a lovely bunch of guys, and it's a damn good tattoo shop.
Redditch Tattoos, there you go. Check them out as well. Right, okay, now before he takes anything else off, Rocky, thanks again. It's been great.
It's been great.
And we'll see you soon, and no doubt have a beer or a bottle of Jack or two.
Oh yes.
Lovely. Right, okay, thank you very much.